What's up, guys? If you are new here, I don't know how you found me. Happy you found me. Please like and subscribe. This is going well. Let me do this again. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, please like and subscribe. If you are old here, hey, you're looking really good since I last saw you. Have you been working out? I am going to talk today about not taking everything so seriously. And this kind of like, maybe this will be a very short video. And thank goodness, because, you know, our attention spans are not what they once were, if they ever were what they once were. But this is probably something that has been spouted to me over and over and over the decades. And you know, it's annoying. It's an annoying piece of advice to get when you are taking something seriously. Yeah. And it's ironic too that I would be like, this is serious, because you know, most of the choices I have actually made in my life have been in an attempt to get away from that. Like, I never wanted a typical job. I never wanted a typical relationship. I didn't want like the adult things in life, the things that apparently I was supposed to be doing. I wanted to act because I wanted to play. I wanted to do make-believe. But then, you know, I got really serious about it. It's like, it's really, really important that the make-believe is really, really good. Which it is. I guess it's like fulfilling. You know, there's a balance with this. It's like, of course you want something to be worth doing, and you want to put all of yourself in it, and you want there to be some kind of integrity. Like, there is such a thing as quality. For any of you who've read like Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Maintenance, that book went off in a direction I did not expect, and it ends up being this like really long discussion, kind of like the inside workings of this man who's like riding cross country with his son on a motorbike, but he's going over the events in his life and an obsession that he went down about quality, essentially quality. And you could even, at least what I got from that was that like quality is akin to God. Like, is truth, is beauty, is love. There is such a thing as quality, and it's the only thing worth doing. So that is true. However, I would say then that like quality is not divorced from fun. In fact, if it's not fun, it's not going to have quality. It's going to be tight, you know? It's going to be like, ooh, and when you're actually good at doing something, you do it without effort. Like, that's how you know you're skilled at something. That's how you know something has reached a kind of level. It is like, because you're out of the way now, and you just press play. So anyway, that being said though, in that interim stage when you want it so badly and you're so serious about it, how do you bring to it this level of like, it's not detachment, although this is like part of it. See, all these things get clustered in. It's not detachment, because we don't want to be detached. We don't want to have to not care about things in order for things to go the way that we want them to go. No, we want to be, there's a difference between detached and unattached. And unattached, what it actually comes down to is that like the outcome is a little bit more open. right? Like, just think of this as like a widening. It's a little bit more open. It's a little bit more flexible. And so with that, you're letting more things in. And I guess like anything of good quality is wide, is encompassing, is open. If it's closed, it's only going to have what you have micromanagingly put into it. And the thing is, we're constrained. We're constrained as humans. And we're especially constrained when our thinking is constrained. This is a little tip I picked up, which is that as humans, we're whatever. This is a theory. This is speculation, but it's that like we grew up on like the savannas of Africa, or we grew up in nature in wide spaces, right? And so actually, like, that's the reason that a horizon looks so beautiful to us. There actually is something about a horizon, it's like this great expanse. And when our gaze looks over it, it's very relaxing, because literally our gaze relaxes to let all of this information in. It has to widen and broaden. But as little kids, we go to school and we learn how to read, and we learn how to do mathematics, or we learn how to speak French. And the teachers say, pay attention, focus. And focusing, while it is useful because it's kind of like putting a magnifying glass up to something, it narrows you. So it cuts off everything around so that you're only taking in this one thing. And that skill, like that ability and that kind of work is super, super useful, and we absolutely need it. But when you only have that, when you have too much of that, it's very stressful, because it's, again, so narrow and your energy is so focused, right? And it cuts you off from different faculties, and and staying there too long can be detrimental. So this little tip is like, throughout the day, as much as possible, try to get a broader view. Try to look out at a horizon or at a landscape. Try to, like, even if you're stuck in an apartment or something, go to your window and look out, look far, look wide, use your periphery. And just with your gaze will actually like widen you, all of the you, and you have more room now to stretch. And it's like really so pertinent now with our phones and our computers and our work and our schedules and all the things that need to be done in life. Hey, at the end of the day, like, it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to feel good. If it doesn't feel good, why are you doing it? And if it doesn't feel good, like, there are so many ways to do a thing. And this is like the other thing that I want to bring to this, and maybe why I took it so seriously. I took these things so seriously. It's not the thing, it's the thing around the thing. It's you interacting with the thing. And you can only perceive something at the level at which you are, right? So if you are very serious, it doesn't matter what you're doing, it's going to be serious. If you are very depressed, it doesn't matter what you're doing. You're going to carry that feeling, that level of perception into the thing. So yes, acting is super fun. But I was like a very serious teenager when I started. And yeah, it's kind of like, no wonder it became really, really serious for me. No wonder that, like, if I'm gonna, I don't know, there's been so many things in life that have just been, I hold myself to like extremely high standards. And when I am not getting the results that I want, I've gotten like frustrated, now, and that's so like, it's kind of no wonder that I didn't get the results I wanted, because I was coming at it from such a frustrated place, But I don't necessarily have to take another action. I just have to adjust the me going into the action. And so if you do have a job that you're like, I hate this job, or if you have homework, or if you have anything going on, and you're like, this is important, or this is serious, or this is hard, like, you don't have to change the action. You just have to change your tact. You just have to change, like, just, I'm always amazed by, like, how different things can be when you come back to something. I was talking to my dad. This was a while back. And it's an idea that I've had for a long time. It's that, like, you know, at the end of your life, and you look back and you have regrets. And so it's like, oh, don't be that person with regrets. I actually think that the person with regrets, it speaks more to who you are at that moment looking back than about the life that you have lived. And I said this to my dad and he disagreed. You know, it's a combination. It's a combination, but I actually think that if you are someone, if you have like gotten to a place where you're just like loving and appreciative for life and you're just in awe of everything that is around you, because actually it is awesome. It is like, I'll get like teary-eyed when I think about existence. Easily. Because it is astounding. See? It is. So I really think that the person who looks back on their life and regrets, it's not so much about that they didn't do the things they wanted to do. There are so many things to do. There's so many things to want. Maybe you're not going to get to them all. That's okay. It doesn't actually so much matter if you do the things you wanted to do. It's like how you feel about the things you did do. You did achieve. That's what to look, or you're like friggin' blessed just to be alive. Just to be alive, it's extraordinary. You don't have to do a thing and it's all happening for you. So, wait, what was I saying? So don't take it seriously. You know, try loosening up, lightening up. Come at it from a different angle, you know, and see what happens. And try, and even in the assessing of results, you know, try to be looser, try to give it more space. Think too about like how you feel when someone gives you space, when you can breathe. Think of everything you do as if it's like a living entity, because it almost is. Any like creative act, any work, it's like, it's got a life of its own. Especially the more you feed it, the more you give into it, it has a life of its own. So it's like you know, it doesn't want to be scrutinized and judged and looked at. It's going to react to that. So if you can come at it gentler, softer, and like with more amusement and surprise and wonder, it's absolutely going to, first of all, it's going to change you, and it's going to actually change the thing. It works in counterpoint. So please take this on if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. Keep being your serious self. I love your serious self too. Seriousness is fun too. But you better be really, really serious about it. I love you. And I will see you next time. Bye.